We're live. Whoops, I better turn on some light. Okay, we're live. Ooh, it's a little bit different on my computer. I'm going to turn it this way a little. Oh, and I got to go way back. Okay, it's my birthday. I'm 48 today. Cabin cook, and I've been on YouTube for 2 years already. So I have about 3,800 subscribers. My birthday wish is to get to 5,000. I have been trying for years to get to 5,000. So if you're watching this, it'd be great if you would subscribe to my channel. But today we're going to make cranberry orange muffins. And these are my favorite muffins. And for my birthday, I thought, oh, I'm going to make my favorite muffins for breakfast. So I have fresh cranberries. You can use frozen, but you really need fresh. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so ask any questions if you like. First, we're going to make the crumb topping. So we're going to get all of this organized. And you know what? This is really clumsy because I'm using my computer and not my phone today. All right, so we're going to grab the brown sugar. We need a 1/3 cup. Here's my 1/3. Okay, so we're going to make the crumb topping because we're going to put this in the refrigerator. Okay. And then we need 1 tablespoon of regular sugar. Oh, that's a teaspoon. We want a tablespoon. So a tablespoon of regular sugar. A teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, we need 1/4 cup of butter, melted. So we're going to cut this, and we're going to get that melting. I just pop it in the microwave. Okay. Okay, we're going to get these out while we got that too. All right. Okay, so we've got that melting. We're going to just kind of cream this together before we add the flour. And the one thing about crumb topping is you don't want to overmix it, because if you overmix it, then it gets all squished together, and we don't want to do that. We want to keep it so it's nice and light and tender and fluffy. Okay, so now I'm going to add the flour. And it's 2/3 cup of flour. Whoops, that's not flour. This is flour. Okay, so right now we're just making the top, not the actual muffins even. Okay, so just lightly mix that together. And then add in the butter. And we're just going to lightly, like really lightly, set that over there, make the crumb topping. Just don't like overmix it. Just kind of get it to where it's all the flour and everything is mixed in, kind of like that. And then we're going to pop it in the fridge while we make the actual muffin mixture. Okay, so we're going to pop this in the fridge. Okay. Next bowl. This is for the actual muffin now. So we need 1 3/4 cups of flour. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. Now, I have had some people say that my videos are way too long, but that's kind of how I like to do it. These fast videos that people are doing now, they're really hard to make unless somebody wants to make them for me. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And then we need a half a cup of butter. So I'm going to go grab that because I don't have that butter ready. And then a half a cup of sugar. That's my half a cup. Okay, I'm going to go grab half a cup of butter. Okay, and we also need to melt this. I had that I wanted to use up. All right, so I'm going to put that in the microwave, and then we're going to come back and mix it all together. Okay, if you're just joining me, we're doing the cranberry orange muffins. I've already got the mixture for the streusel topping in the refrigerator, and now I'm just mixing up the actual muffin part of it. So I'm waiting on the butter. I can get the brown sugar while we're doing that. So it's a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I don't think I had my 1/4. I didn't. So I'm actually gonna use my half cup and fill it halfway. These really old-fashioned Tupperware containers are like the best. Okay, so I've got my brown sugar. I'm gonna go get my butter. Okay, we're gonna mix that all together in there. Like that. Okay, now we're gonna do the orange part of it. Okay, we're gonna take an orange. You need a tablespoon of orange zest, and you also need orange juice. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zest it first. And so what I usually do is just take the end of the orange like this. And it goes right into the bowl. Like that. This is the orange zest part of it. So then I always have to reach inside there and grab it. Because probably did that maybe on the wrong side. Let's try some on this side. I've got it too fine. There. Okay. So I got my 2 tablespoons of orange zest. That'll take care of that. I need 2 eggs. I gotta go grab the butter. Oops. I did the butter already. Never mind. The butter's already in. Okay, so it's definitely a thick batter. Okay, so now we need the orange juice. So what I'm gonna do is the orange that I zested, I'm just gonna squeeze in there, the 1/2 of it. The other half I'm going to keep for the topping. You can use orange juice too, but this is exactly the same thing, squeezing it. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to save the other half for the top. for the icing. Okay, and then I'm going to add in a little bit of almond. You can use vanilla. I like almond and cranberries. Okay, check my recipe. Make sure I've got that correct. I did the orange juice. Okay, we need 2 tablespoons of milk, and then we're going to add the cranberries in. Grab the milk. Okay, so then 2 tablespoons of milk. Any kind of milk is fine to get that. All right, so we're just about done mixing that all together. Like I said, this is a very thick batter. We're making cranberry orange muffins today, if you're just joining me. And I'm making them because these are my favorite muffins. And it's my birthday today, so I was craving these muffins. So that's what I'm making. Okay, oh, it smells so good with the almond in there. Okay, so now we need the fresh cranberries. So you need about 1.5 cups. Where's my cup? Just to make sure I measure these right. So I'm using fresh. I have to cut that one open. You know, they come in the fresh bags like this, and I use a lot of these at Christmas time. So we're gonna open one up there. Boy, these things just go absolutely everywhere. And my dog is right underneath me, but that's the one thing she won't eat is a cranberry. They're too tart. Okay, there was one. They're heavily cranberried. Ah! They're going everywhere. Now I have washed these before I'm using them. If you're wondering, I just washed them right through the plastic sleeve. Okay, 1.5 cups of cranberries. Okay, let's just set these off to the side because they're gonna fly everywhere. All right, so mix those in. A few extra. Maybe we'll throw them in. And you know what? I just realized I forgot the sour cream. Okay, so we're gonna add the. I forgot the sour cream. I had it out and everything too. So you need 1/2 cup of sour cream, and I've already mixed everything, but I can still add the sour cream. This just adds the richness to it. And I'm just guessing on 1/2 cup because I do this all the time, so I kind of know how much 1/2 cup is. Otherwise, measure it. Okay, so we're gonna mix that sour cream in. Or you can use plain yogurt if you don't have sour cream. There, that's better. Okay, so now we got those made. So now we're gonna remove all of this that we used. Wash my hands quick. All right, so now we're gonna grab our muffin pan. So you can use a standard muffin pan, or I have a extra large one. I'm gonna spray them. You don't have to use a muffin liner if you spray it. If you have muffin liners, that's fine. I'm just out of them, so I'm just spraying it really good with a baking pan. Okay, so now I'm gonna use my fingers because I'm gonna scoop these right into the pan here. And my daughters will be home this weekend, so they are going to love these. So we're going to fill up all of these. And I'll show you how to put the topping on. So this will make 12 good size muffins. I don't want to waste any of this. Okay, then we're going to go back and we're going to grab the topping. Okay, so we got that done. We're going to go grab the topping. I'm going to go get that. Okay, see, by putting it in the fridge, it got nice and crumbly. Okay. So we're going to put that right over the top. And then we are going to bake these at 425 degrees for 5 minutes. And then we're going to turn the oven down to 350. And they're going to bake about 15 more minutes. That's the secret for these crumble toppings, is to put it in the refrigerator while you're doing the rest, because it just keeps its nice crumbly shape. You don't get that flatness on the muffins. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're going to put these in the oven, 425, 5 minutes, and then turn it down to 350 for about 15 minutes, and then we'll make the topping. So, okay, let's get these in the oven. Okay, so now we have about 5 minutes, and then we're going to turn it down to 350. And in the meantime, we could probably make, well, let's just hold off on the topping. So if you're just joining me, I made cranberry orange muffins for my birthday. Today's my birthday. And I was hoping to get to 5,000 subscribers today, but I feel like this maybe isn't the right time of the day to do a live. So I'm going to just stay on this live. We'll just talk food while the muffins are cooking, so that if you have any questions or ask me anything, I'm here. But for about 15 more minutes, if you have any questions. Why don't we make the topping while we're looking? Because I have the other orange. So this is an orange topping. So all you need is the other half of orange, and you need powdered sugar. Okay, super simple. And we want to use, you can use orange juice too, but I had the half of a lemon, so you just use a little bit of powdered sugar. I don't like a ton of the topping. The kids do, but I don't need a ton of topping. So basically you just take your powdered sugar, squeeze the rest of the juice in there like that. Mix it up. And then we'll have the topping for the muffins. So that was super easy. So I'm going to actually add probably a little bit more powdered sugar in here. But that'll be the nice topping like that. That's about the right consistency too, because it won't go falling off of the muffin like that. I actually need to try it because it's got the orange juice in it. That's perfect. Who doesn't love a powdered sugar topping? Okay, so I'm going to stay on here because this is a live. So if you have any questions about anything, cooking Minnesota, the creepy doll in the background. My daughters do not like the creepy doll. I can't say I blame them. All right, I'm going to give you a peek of the muffins in about 2 minutes. They cook for 15 minutes, so I don't know if I want to stay on this live that long, or I'm just going to show you what they look like when they come out. So we've done the 3 steps. We've got the topping all done. So basically it's just waiting for the muffins to freeze. I could show you our outside winter wonderland while we're waiting if you wanted to do that. Okay, let's go to that. I take my phone. Or it's not my phone. It's kind of different on a computer. Okay, I'll show you. Can you see that? Ooh. Oh, maybe that'll work. This is our outside winter wonderland. So we live in northern Minnesota and we have a ton of snow right now. Let me go over to this window. Maybe you can see it a little better. There we go. And then over here, right there, that is my animal feeder. So I have deer food that we have made that goes in there. So that's oats, corn, and molasses. And it attracts all kinds of stuff. So there's nothing there right now. There was a pheasant there just a little bit ago and a deer. That's all I've seen this morning, and a bunch of birds, blue jays and things like that. But it looks small from here, but it's actually a big 6x6. So we'll get sometimes 8 deer eating out of that thing at the same time. And we do feed them in the winter because those poor deer, it's just really hard to get food up here. So we do feed them. Okay, I'm going to go show you the muffins before I turn them back down to 350. I'm going to see inside the oven. Okay, I don't know how to flip this on here, so. Okay. So, let's see how I can do. Oh, there they are. Okay, so now we're going to turn it to 350, and that they're going to bake for, hold on, bake 350, 15 minutes. And I can already smell the almond cranberries, and they're going to be absolutely amazing. So I think I'm going to end the live because I don't have enough people on here kind of watching to make it worth sitting on here for 15 more minutes. So stay tuned. I'm going to post this video with what they look like in the end. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you soon.